All right, so today we are taking a deep dive into YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, and
It's a big one.
it really is. Everyone thinks they know
Right.
YouTube,
Yeah.
cat videos, makeup tutorials, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so much more than that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's actually the world's second largest search engine.
It's mind-blowing when you really think about it. Like, people aren't just going there for a quick laugh anymore. I mean, they're actively searching for information, entertainment, tutorials, anything you can think of, really.
Yeah, and that's what's so fascinating to me is this whole world that exists on YouTube. We've got creators, we've got viewers,
These advertisers?
advertisers, a whole ecosystem, and that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
We've got a stack of research here about everything, how to set up a channel, how to make it successful, how to
Potentially make money.
potentially make money.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, that's a big draw for a lot of people.
Oh, for sure. I
Who
mean,
wouldn't want to get paid for making videos about stuff they love.
right. And there are people out there, they started as just regular folks.
Absolutely, just regular people with a passion.
And they turned it into their career.
Exactly.
Full-time, building businesses off of their channels. It's amazing.
It's wild, and it's only getting bigger.
So where do we even, how do we even start to unpack this whole thing? We've got creators making these videos. We've got people watching them. We've got, as you said, advertisers wanting in on the action.
Right. It's all about understanding the ecosystem.
Okay, break that down for me.
So think of it like a three-legged stool. Okay.
You've got your creators, you've got your viewers, and you've got your advertisers, and they're all interconnected.
Right.
And right there in the middle, you've got YouTube itself setting the stage, calling the shots.
So if someone's listening to this right now and they're thinking, hey, I could do that, like I have an idea,
Yeah.
where do they even begin?
Well, first of all, setting up a channel is way easier than you might think.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If you've got a Google account, you're already halfway there.
Okay, so most people listening probably have that first step covered.
Probably, yeah.
What's next?
Well, you got to choose a good name, something catchy.
Right, like if your channel was a billboard,
Yeah.
what would make people stop and look?
Exactly. And don't forget about your profile picture. And the channel, those visuals are super important.
Oh, that's true. It's like your first impression, right? You want to make it count.
Absolutely.
But then, one thing I thought was really interesting in the research was this idea of picking your niche.
Oh, huge.
It's not enough to just make videos about, everything.
I don't know.
You need to kind of specialize, right?
Exactly. Think of it this way. Would you rather go to a restaurant that specializes in, amazing pizza or one that tries to make every single type of cuisine under the sun but doesn't really excel at anything?
Okay, you had me a pizza, but I totally get your point.
Focus is key.
So, okay, for someone listening right now thinking, all right, what's my YouTube niche? What advice would you give them?
It all comes down to understanding your audience, Who are you trying to reach? What do they want to see?
What are their interests?
Their interests, their needs, their pain points even.
And then how can you provide that?
Exactly. What value can you offer that no one else can?
It's such a good point because there are so many videos out there. You have to give people a reason to choose yours.
100%. It's about finding your tribe, the people who resonate with your style, your message, your voice. That's where the magic happens.
And speaking of magic, let's talk content.
The heart of it all.
We all know quality matters,
Absolutely.
but it feels like these days you don't need a Hollywood budget to make engaging videos.
You really don't. Technology has made it so accessible.
What are some of the key things people should think about when they're creating content?
Well, one thing that's absolutely crucial, especially in the YouTube world, are those first few seconds.
Ooh, tell me more about that. Why are those so important?
Well, think about it. You're scrolling through YouTube.
Endless thumbnails. Yeah.
Exactly. You've got 30 seconds?
Yeah.
To grab someone's attention before they're on to the next thing.
It's like a digital battlefield for our eyeballs.
It really is. Your intro, it's like a movie trailer.
Okay.
You got to give them a taste, make them need to see more.
So you've hooked them. They're watching.
Okay.
Now what? A lot of the research we have here talks about this idea of calls to action.
Oh, super
But
important.
what does that even mean in the context of YouTube?
It's like, remember those old TV shows? They'd be like, don't touch that dial.
They didn't want you to change the channel.
Exactly. A call to action. It's like, hey, subscribe for more or click the link below,
Keeps people engaged.
Keeps them around, makes them part of your community.
Makes sense. But speaking of keeping people engaged,
Yeah.
the algorithm, right?
Ah, yes.
Everyone talks about it. It's like this mysterious thing.
It's a bit of a mystery sometimes, but really, it's just YouTube deciding which videos to show to which people.
Okay, so how do we, like, I don't want to say crack the code,
Right, right. No one wants to game the system.
but we want to understand it.
Of course, and there are things you can do to work with it, you know?
Like what? Give me the secrets.
Well, one of the big ones is watch time.
Oh,
The longer people watch your videos, the more YouTube thinks, hey, this is good stuff.
makes sense.
And it's not just the total length, it's keeping them hooked the whole way through.
Which goes back to those first 30 seconds.
Exactly. Susie, it all connects. Then you've got things like, are people commenting? Sharing?
Engaging.
Engaging, that's the word. Click-through rate, too, like how enticing is your video title?
So it's like we're putting together a puzzle, trying to figure out what the algorithm wants.
In a way, but the most important thing is to focus on creating great content.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's for humans.
Exactly. Make videos you're passionate about that provide real value. The algorithm will follow.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Because it feels less like trying to trick some computer program.
Right, it's about connecting with people.
So we've got our channel. We're making great content. What are some other things people can do to, grow their audience? We don't just want to throw it out there and hope for the best.
Right, and that's where strategy comes in. One thing I always recommend, especially when you're just starting out, is collaborating with other YouTubers.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
It's like teaming up.
Exactly. Find people in your niche, make some friends, do a video together.
You get to tap into their audience. They get to tap into yours.
Everybody wins. Plus, it builds a sense of community.
Now let's talk about the less fun side of YouTube, shall we?
Oh, no. What have you got?
Comments. Not everyone out there is sunshine and rainbows.
Ah, yes, the comments section.
Hey, do you have any advice for dealing with, negative comments?
It's tough. No one likes getting negative feedback.
Right, but it's bound to happen.
It is. It's part of putting yourself out there, you know? The important thing is to remember, not all criticism is bad.
Ooh, interesting.
Sometimes, even a negative comment, it can give you valuable insight.
Okay.
Maybe you need to explain something better, or you missed a crucial point.
So take it as a learning experience.
Exactly. Now, that being said, some people are just trolls.
Right, just trying to get a rise out of you.
And for those folks, sometimes the best thing is to just ignore them.
Or block them, even.
Exactly. You don't have to engage with negativity.
Okay, I like that. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, money.
Everyone wants to know, right?
Everyone, because it's a big draw for a lot of people, the potential to earn on YouTube is huge.
It is huge, but how does it actually work?
That's what I want to know. Break it down for me.
Okay, so the most common way is through the YouTube Partner Program. You've probably heard of it.
I have, but I don't really know how it works.
So basically, you need to hit a certain number of subscribers
Oh, yeah.
and watch hours on your videos.
And then what?
Then you can apply, and if you're accepted, you start getting ads on your videos.
And you make money from the ads.
Exactly. It's a percentage of the revenue generated.
So the more views, the more money.
Generally, yes, but it's not quite as simple as just uploading a video and cashing in. There's a lot that goes into it.
But that's just one way to earn money on YouTube.
Hmm.
Right? The research mentions a few other things, too.
Absolutely. Smart creators, they don't just rely on ad revenue.
So, like, what else is there?
Merch is a big one.
Oh, like selling T-shirts and stuff?
Exactly. Hats, mugs, phone cases, anything you can put your logo on, really.
That's cool. So you're creating a brand, not just a channel.
Exactly. And then you've got things like memberships, fan funding platforms.
Memberships, what's that?
So basically, viewers can pay a monthly fee to get exclusive content.
Oh, interesting. Like behind-the-scenes stuff.
Exactly. Or maybe you do Q&A sessions only for members, or give them early access to your videos.
Okay, that's really smart. So you're rewarding your loyal fans and creating another income stream at the same time?
Exactly. You can also sell digital products like courses or ebooks.
Wow, so there are actually a ton of options.
More than you might think. And the best creators, they diversify their income streams.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Because YouTube can be unpredictable, you never know what algorithm change is coming next.
Okay, so we've covered setting up a channel, creating great content, working with the algorithm, even making money. What else should aspiring YouTubers be thinking about? One thing that really stood out to me was consistency.
Oh, huge.
You can't just post one video and then disappear for 6 months.
No, you got to be consistent. Think about it like your favorite TV show.
Okay.
You tune in every week because you know what to expect.
Right, you're invested.
Exactly. You're invested in the characters, the storyline. YouTube's the same way.
It's about building that relationship, showing people you're serious.
100%. And that takes effort. It's not just about uploading whenever you feel like it.
So how do you stay consistent? Do you have like a schedule or...
A schedule definitely helps, but even more than that, it's about having a plan, you know?
Okay, so what's your plan? Break it down for me.
Well, first, you got to know what you're going to make videos about, right? And I don't just mean like broad topics, I mean specific ideas.
Got it. So like a content calendar almost.
Exactly. Having a content calendar, even if it's just a loose one, can be a lifesaver, trust me.
Okay, I'm sold, but life happens. Sometimes you get busy or uninspired.
Oh, absolutely. It happens to everyone. But that's where batch creating can be your best friend.
Batch creating, what's that?
So instead of making one video at a time, you set aside a chunk of time and film like 3 or 4 videos all at once.
Oh, that's smart. So you're not starting from scratch every time.
Exactly. You get in a groove, and you've got some backup videos ready to go if you need them.
That is a really good idea. See, I'm taking notes.
Always be learning, right?
Always. All right, so we've got our channel. We're consistent. What about all this talk about data? I got to be honest. The research kind of lost me there.
Oh, yeah. Data can seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be.
Because I'm all about the creative side, numbers aren't really my thing.
And that's okay. But think of data as your secret weapon.
Okay, how so?
Well, YouTube gives you all these tools like YouTube Analytics to see what's working and what's not.
So you can see how many people are watching your videos, how long they're watching for, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And you can see which videos are performing well, which ones people are clicking on, and that tells you what your audience wants.
So it's not about letting the numbers dictate your creativity. It's about using them as a guide.
100%. It's like having a conversation with your audience. They're telling you what they like, what they want more of.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better about data. It's not as scary as I thought.
It's your friend. It's there to help you.
I like that. So we've got our content. We're being consistent. We're using data. Is there anything else we need to do to find success on YouTube?
One thing that often gets overlooked is the importance of engaging with your community.
Well, that's a good point. It's not just a one-way street.
Exactly. You got to talk to your viewers, respond to comments, ask for their feedback, make them feel heard.
So it's about building those relationships, fostering a sense of community.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is all about connection. It's about people connecting with other people.
That's so true. It's easy to forget that sometimes when you're caught up in the numbers and the algorithm and all that.
It really is. But remember, behind every view, every comment, there's a real person.
A real person who took the time to watch your video.
Exactly. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is. So as we wrap up this deep dive into YouTube success, what are your final words of wisdom for our aspiring creators out there?
Don't be afraid to be yourself. Let your personality shine through and don't give up.
I love that because there's only one you.
Exactly. And the world needs to see it.
And that's a wrap on another episode of The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep creating, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the next Deep Dive.